Sea monkeys are biological anomalies. They possess the ability to halt their own cellular clock, entering a state of suspended animation known as cryptobiosis. In this state, they can survive for decades as completely dried dust, waiting for a single drop of water to wake them up. Today, I am going to push their ancient biology to an absolute extreme. We are going to build a 4-foot-tall, fully functional, living lava lamp and hatch a literal army of 1 million organisms inside. Welcome to Project Shrimpocalypse. Traditional lava lamps are hostile environments. They rely on toxic chemical fluids and intense boiling heat to melt dense petroleum wax. To build a home for living creatures, the first step is total destruction. Once the glass is stripped clean, we must rewrite its purpose. In nature, these creatures don't live in fresh water. They thrive in hypersaline coastal lagoons and salt flats, places so hostile and salty that predators cannot survive. To keep the water oxygenated, I ran a clear air line down the center. I call this prototype the Shrimp Containment Unit. This is where our first generation will wake up. While the containment unit is perfect for a test batch, it's far too small to hold millions of lives. For that, we're gonna need to scale up exponentially. This is a heavy, 4-foot-tall glass column. Filled to the top, it holds roughly 5 gallons of highly pressurized salt water. But a glass tube this tall is incredibly unstable. One slight tilt and the outward pressure would shatter the glass, triggering a catastrophic flood. To secure it, I engineered a custom reinforced base using 2 pots drilled together and then filled with solid concrete. After the foundation is secured, the giant glass lagoon is locked into place and wired with a high-pressure bubble line. Project Shrimpocalypse is ready. Every sea monkey begins its journey in a state of absolute stasis. This is a cyst. It's not just an egg. It's a fully formed metabolic vault, stripped of all moisture. The embryo shuts down its internal clock completely, existing in a gray zone between life and death. In this state, it can survive freezing temperatures, toxic conditions, and decades of total drought, patiently waiting for a single drop of salt water to unlock its cage. Within 24 hours of hydration, the vault cracks open. This is the enclosion phase, revealing a newborn larva. It looks entirely alien. At this stage, it has no mouth, no digestive system, and only one single primitive eye spot. It survives entirely on its built-in yolk sac. Life moves quickly in the lagoon. Within days, the nopuli begin a rapid series of molts. With every molt, its body lengthens and transforms. That single primitive central eye splits, migrating to the sides of its head to become 2 complex, stalked eye compounds. Its digestive tract fully develops and tiny feathery appendages begin to ripple out along its chest. After roughly 3 to 6 weeks and up to 20 separate molts, the sea monkey reaches its final form, a fully matured adult. They possess 11 pairs of hyper-specialized feathery legs. They don't have gills. Instead, they breathe entirely through their feet. They are biologically upside-down swimmers, using hypnotic synchronized rippling motions of their legs to simultaneously pull oxygen from the water to funnel microscopic food right into their mouths. In the final chapter of their life cycle, the focus shifts to survival of the species. If the environment is stable and food is abundant, females will give birth directly to live, swimming babies. But if water begins to evaporate and conditions turn hostile, their ancient DNA triggers an emergency override. The females will instead produce hard, indestructible cysts. A few days have passed, and inside the containment unit, the magic has happened. Under the macro lens, you can see the density. Thousands of newborns, called nuclei, have successfully broken through their shells. But now comes the most critical and delicate part of this process: extraction. If you allow empty, discarded eggshells to enter the giant display vase, they will rot, pollute the water, and suffocate the colony. To prevent this, I set up a 2-tier netting system. A coarse net at the top traps the empty floating shells, while a superfine mesh net at the bottom catches the fallen babies. I spent hours meticulously filtering and rinsing the swarm. preparing them for their new home. But the moment they entered the giant lagoon, everything stopped. I stood back, expecting a swirling cloud of life, but instead, the tank went completely dead. None of them were moving. Was the water temperature wrong? Was the salinity off? Did I just cause a massive extinction? Looking at them floating motionless, a terrible realization hit me. The mesh of the nets must have been too rough. Their bodies are completely fragile, and the physical friction of the sifting process may have crushed them all. But then, movement. One tiny spark of life, then another and another. They weren't dead. Their fragile bodies have simply gone into shock from the move. Slowly, thousands of them began to wake up, defying the odds and launching themselves into the current. I haven't destroyed them. There was life in the lagoon. The relief was incredible. But looking at the sheer scale of this 4-foot column, the visual reality set in. This was nowhere near 1 million sea monkeys. It looked like a drop of water in an ocean. To truly create a living lava lamp, I had to take a massive gamble. I ordered an emergency bulk supply, well over an ounce of pure premium sea monkey eggs. Refusing to risk crushing them with the rough mesh nets again, I threw out the instruction manual and dumped the entire pouch directly into the giant lava lamp. The immediate results were pure chaos. The once clear water transformed into a dense dark brown cloud of floating sea monkey eggs. By hatching them directly inside their permanent home, they will acclimate to the water chemistry from the exact millisecond they are born. In a few days, once the entire swarm breaks free, I will gently skim all of the empty shells right off the surface. With the bulk hatch complete and the surface skimmed clean, mostly, Project Shrimpocalypse is officially a masterpiece. By embracing the failures, tossing out the instructions, and letting them hatch on their own terms, I have successfully raised a sea monkey army. This is the first generation, with countless more to come. Generation after generation, dancing forever inside a living lava lamp.